Hello and welcome to Retirement Wealth Academy. I'm your host, Erin Kennedy. Thanks for being with us. This show is dedicated to helping retirees and pre-retirees sort through the many complicated topics and questions surrounding retirement. And for the answers, we always turn to a local expert. Today we have Luke Burke. Luke, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm glad you're here because today we're going to talk through the Social Security mistake. I was surprised to learn that only 4% of people are claiming Social Security at the most financially optimal time. That means that the other 96% are missing out on what comes out to $111,000 per household.
Yeah, when you start to talk about lifetime income,
Yeah.
which Social Security can provide, it obviously can add up to be a pretty substantial amount of money over time. And there is kind of a feeling out there for a lot of folks of saying, okay, I want to just get to 62 and then claim my benefit right away so that I can have it for as long as possible. Well, with those increases that you can get by delaying Social Security, that may or may not be the right fit.
Are you surprised to learn that 1/3 of people turn it on immediately at 62 when they're eligible?
It's frankly not a surprise at all. For most of the folks that we talk to that have never really discussed a financial strategy before with Social Security included, that seems to be a pretty popular answer.
And I think a lot of people also default to, there are so many permutations when it comes to figuring out when to claim. Like, well, if my neighbor claimed at 62, she seems okay, but what should we be keeping in mind when we're trying to figure out when to claim?
To me, the most important piece is knowing where your other income sources lie. I think a lot of people make the mistake of claiming their benefits early. Maybe they're still working part-time or even full-time, and they're having benefits withheld because of that. And then there's also the fact of you're getting that 8% simple interest increase each year in your Social Security benefit. So if you have other income sources, or if you want to employ any sort of tax strategy like a Roth conversion strategy, it may make a lot of sense to continue to delay.
I want to touch on something you just mentioned, which is the earnings test. So if you take the Social Security benefit a little bit early and then you make too much money, you get penalized, right? Explain that.
Yeah, so if you're making any money over the earnings test limit, that is having benefits withheld from your Social Security that you then eventually would end up getting back. But it could end up in all of your Social Security going away for a period of months because of that.
So clearly there are advantages to delaying. As you mentioned, it goes up 8% each year. What are the advantages of waiting longer to claim?
To me, the biggest ones are freedom in your other income sources. So it gives you the ability to earn income up to a certain level, and then you're getting that 8% simple interest increase. And the big one to me also would be the tax planning advantages of being able to employ anything like a Roth conversion strategy, get that increase in your Social Security benefit, because let's face it, with what life expectancies are doing now, that break-even point comes somewhere in your 80s usually. So by delaying until 70, if you're going to live to be 85, 90, 95 years old, which a lot of folks are, you're better off delaying to get that maximum benefit.
Huge implications for your spouse too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And spousal benefits are a topic in their own right, but absolutely it makes sense for them as well.
Wow, this is complicated. I so value talking it through with you. Luke, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Erin.